morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. Hope you're having a great morning. Sabrina Clark, Bella, Jackie, Cheryl Burnett, and Miss Gerald. Thank you all for coming over to join me to see what I have to talk about this morning. Okay, let me cut my little music right now before it starts back up. Oh, okay, thank you guys for being here. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. I sometimes start and you can't hear me, so I like to verify that I'm able to be heard. If you guys could put a one in the chat, I'd appreciate it. I don't see any ones. I may be talking to myself. I was late. I apologize for being late. So, oh, thank you. I see the ones now. Thank you very much. Okay, hey Camp Me, how you doing? So I just wanted to have a little rundown of what's been going on um, these past couple of days. So I want to talk about something that absolutely had nothing to do with me, but I was given a little tip in my ear. They got your name in their mouths again. So I asked, can I get a timestamp? What the fuck do I have to? What the f do I have to do with this? So, um, and you see they tagged the video that this is in, and this is in Bree's video. Go along to get along video. Now, I want you to know it's a lot going on. My boo is out of jail. I'm driving to Cali, but I don't have a driver's license. But we're going to talk about that too. But that's not what I want to talk about. That is, I wanted to talk about, hey, Faith, how you doing? Hey, Cutie Pie. Hey, Cash App and BS. Hey, Triple Red X. Okay. Hey, Something Sweet. You guys like my singing. I'm just trying to wake you guys up. Hey, oh, T Trisha. I'm so embarrassed. I got the real singer in here and I'm clowning like this. Hey, hey, Clyde broke again. Nice to see you again. Okay, so what I wanted to talk to you guys about was okay, there was, if anybody was around, you guys know that there was, hey, Elaine, Alfreda Gross. There was a lot of talk with Joanna yesterday. And I didn't see that video at all. Uh, was that video yesterday? It may have been the day before yesterday when Bree did the go along to get along video with Joanna. So I didn't see the video, and Joanna was up on either I think it was Pizarro's panel yesterday, and they were asking her was she still leaving. Now I had been in another sector one night, and I did hear her saying that she was going to YouTube rehab and she takes breaks every once and again. So what I came up there to tell her on Pizarro's channel was, oh well, don't leave before the Christmas wreath contest, the Christmas wreath contest that I'm holding on my channel, November 12th, 2023, at 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which would be 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Central Standard Time, that would be 3 o'clock p.m. Come on out and watch the contestants build a reef live. Okay, there's my little plug. And if you'd like to donate to the prize pot, you can cash out $ Ronnie Q, and please put prize pot in the note box, and I will add that to our prize pot, which is $150 thus far. I am keeping track of all my donors and all of my contestants. So thus far, we have 8 contestants. Okay, so I go over to Pizarro's and I said, yeah, I just want to say don't leave before the reef competition. And then I go over to another place and I see this. I think it was a day old, and like the pages go fast, and I see this. And so I was like, well, can you give me a timestamp at least? Because, I could be talked about in any form of fashion, anywhere, any way, anyhow. So I got a timestamp. And Bree, If please don't strike me, I just want to play like 1 minute of this timestamp. Okay. So let me share screen. And Bree, if you're thinking about striking me, please reconsider that. So I give you Cash App if necessary, only if necessary. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys, and we're gonna get to this video. Let me make sure you guys can see my screen. Yes, you can see my screen. Okay, here we're gonna get to this video. Okay.
Nika and Pizarro out of this. You heard me say that. But when I was talking about you, I'm gonna tell you. Can I?
Yeah, say it.
Okay, so the first time that I felt some kind of way with you is when I was trying to tell a story on Ronnie Q and Dear Sept, and you told me to shut the fuck up. I didn't know what the hell.
Okay, so she's telling that that's the first time she felt some way about Brie. So this was like way long ago. So I don't know what I have to do with it. Uh, okay, so she said that this is why. Let's listen.
Hell I was talking about. And then I came out with the receipt, and I was correct. And then you all and
I'm
and
sorry.
stuff like that. When I was talking about you,
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you. Can
yeah,
I?
yeah, say it.
Okay, so the first time that I felt some kind of way with you is when I was trying to tell a story on Ronnie Q and Dear Sept, and you told me to shut the fuck up. I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. And then I came out with the receipt, and I was correct. And
Okay, let's pause right here. Okay, so she was not correct in what she was talking about. Let's continue, and I'll tell you exactly why. She did come out with a receipt that proved one thing, but that was not what she got cursed out about by me for saying. Okay.
then you on Pizarro channel telling me to shut the fuck up. But then that what made me have to post the receipts, and I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? I know I was there in real time, and you talking to me like I'm a fucking little kid. And then I came out with the receipt, and I was correct. And I never got no apology. I never got nothing. Huh?
And and she's not going to get an apology because she was not correct. She moved the goalpost. Okay, let's continue.
Yeah, let me cut you off. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to cut you
Go
off.
ahead. Go ahead. Cut me off.
So yeah, so basically, because if we go back to that lie,
Mhm.
you kept switching up what you were saying.
Exactly. She kept switching up what she was saying. And that's, go ahead, let me finish.
You were
How
saying
did I switch up?
Okay, Bree seems to be unclear exactly how she switched up. So I'm going to tell you exactly how Joanna switched up on what she was saying. Joanna hopped up on that panel. Oh, I was there, and Ronnie Q, she refused to apologize to her. See, that's when Ronnie Q dropped down out of the clouds, dropped on that panel, and cursed Joanna the hell out because Ronnie Q had in fact apologized 4 times. And then Joanna got the stammering and stuttering. Oh, that's what I said. Yeah, I said that. And I said that. I said that. That's what I said. No, she had not said that. And that's why I cursed Joanna out. And as you heard Bree say, she kept changing her story. She started changing her story when I hit the panel. And then Joanna went on to say, well, yeah, I said that you said you would never apologize. And now this is what she dropped the receipt on because in the chat that she dropped down to tell the story. I said I never said that, but in fact I did say that. But she didn't get cursed out for that. She got cursed out for hopping her ass on the panel and saying I refuse to apologize to a low self-esteem having bitch who acted a whole clown. That's why Joanna got cursed out. So Joanna, you did move the goalpost, and you always talking about somebody moving the goalpost on you, but dear, in fact, you moved the goalpost, and that's why you got cursed out.
you would say the story one way, and then when we would ask you a question, you would say it another way.
Because
Period. That's exactly what happened. Do you guys need to hear any more? Because I don't want to stay too long on Joanna. I just want to see if you guys want to hear any more of that. Put one in the chat for yes. Two if you've heard enough, because I really uh, did not want to beat up on Joanna, because I think that there's some cognitive issues going on with Joanna. So I do not know why Joanna is I don't know why Joanna continues to, whatever, be Joanna. Okay, you've had enough. Exactly. That's all I wanted to share with you guys. So that is actually it on Joanna, because um, I think Joanna is. I really think Joanna is suffering some cognitive issues. Hey, D Spot. Hey, YouTube camera. Hey, I'm here for the show. Um, Everybody says too. Hey, Nurse Shay. So yeah. Hey, hard conversation. Hey, Just Andrea. So, what else did I want to talk to you about? I also wanted to kind of touch on this Rob Rack situation. So, Tracy's boo, or ex boo, I'm sorry, Noble's her new boo. Uh, I'm going to do a poll. I want to do a poll. Okay, so, okay, it may be a shady poll, but it's going to be a poll nonetheless. Okay, so how many of you think that Tracy is kicking herself because she's no longer available? Whoops, sorry, available. Whoops, available to Rob Rack. I really don't have any tea on Rob, because Rob didn't drop any tea. Rob, I was really kind of disappointed in that live personally, and I was like, I didn't get any tea, and I don't know what he's saving his tea for. It's his story to tell in his own time. Hey, Black Swan, how you doing? But I didn't get any tea from that, and I just was like, same old bragging, same old this. I did not get any tea, but I think, in my opinion, you can tell how closely Tracy was monitoring the chat, because she put up a post that was not Noble in the chat, and that was not her in the chat, but somebody had a troll named Tracy. And when he did that second poem, the person was like, "Oh, is that our anniversary poem?" And he was like, "Oh, that's let me stop this one. I was real angry then." And then the troll said, "Oh, was that our anniversary poem?" And I just thought that it was like lackluster. So it makes me wonder if he's saving this interview, uh, this information, to do an interview. So what do you guys think? One for, and if he is, that would be this oddest thing ever, because I don't know, whatever. He can do what he wants to do, but it would be odd. So do you guys think he's saving it for later, or do you guys think he's going to piecemeal it out? Let me see what you guys are saying. I think he didn't want to go off too soon. The last time he got out of jail, he went live and went right back to jail. That's a good point. Um, so let me see. He is annoying, and Tracy was tracking and watching. I definitely think so. Joanna is like Joe Biden, old senile, alone, because who really has the crazy kin out here when they clearly should be inside? Okay, yeah, that's what I got. Okay, you got the same thing. Tracy is mine. Stop the cap. Is that the real Noble? Let me, somebody, mod, hit my hit this person and see if that's the real Noble. Hey Toya, how you doing? He's saving it for an interview. AA interview, Alcoholics Anonymous interview. What are you saying, Toya? Yes, he has to save it to get the numbers. Yeah, and that's my point. I'm like, why would you go to someone else's channel to? But it's, instead of doing it on your own channel, you have your own channel. People want to hear about what you have to say. So why would I don't know, understand why he would do, hey Pizarro, I don't understand why he would do an interview with someone else. I had to make a new account. They keep still get the fuck out of here. This is not the real Noble. Thank you. Okay, enough said. That's not the real Noble because I can't imagine anybody looking at Noble and think that you have anything that they would want to steal. I'm just saying you look kind of no, no Noble. When somebody look at you, they it seems like they would want to they would be put in the position of feeling like they need to donate instead of steal from you. So there's that. So okay, so I just didn't get any information from Rob Rag. It was like lackluster and disappointing. So that's all I have to say about that. You know, it was boring, it was disappointing, and I didn't get any information from that at all. So I'm gonna put the link in, and I want somebody to come up and tell me, did you guys get any information from that thing with Rob Rag? I was listening to Cruiser this morning, and she was stating that she think that the VS interview opportunity may be over because of Rob going live yesterday on his own channel. And she stated, Cruiser stated that VS usually like the tea when it's hot. So it's her understanding that that offer may be off the table now. But I don't know. Y'all cruel to a real one. A real what? Noble, hit the link. A real what? A real one would be paying bills. I was just about to say that because if you a real one, Noble, I want to see what you a real one about. Okay, other than hitting links, yeah, that's not Noble. So let's go on. She don't like leftovers. Hey, Lady Steph. Hey, Vibrant Law, Angel Ray, Nicole, Ari, everybody I missed. Hello. Okay, let me see what you guys say. I'm with hard conversations on that one. I am with hard conversation on that one too. I didn't think it was him. Talking about he had to make a new account today because people keep stealing from him. Child bye. Okay, let me see. Okay, so also I I wanted to talk about how now I want to talk about a real touchy subject here, and I did a poll on my community wall, and it was about this this war that's going on, this Israeli-Palestinian war, and I found that it was quite curious how a lot of people don't have enough info. More than 50%, and only a few of you guys took the poll. And if I did a poll on some other BS, I get so much participation, but very few people even touched this poll about this. And I have been hearing things about uh channels possibly being snatched. There has been instances of where people have loaded up the pictures of the wounded in the hospital that was allegedly bombed, and that let me put up my banner because all of this stuff is alleged. Okay, so there has been talks about people who have put up posts on Instagram. The posts have been removed because of what was it? It was too sexual is the thing. It was because of sexual content. Now, obviously, there's no sexual content in a post about injured war people who are injured in the war, but a lot of posts were removed from that, is what I'm hearing. Black Swan, this sector is not for the educated nor the well informed. Um, well, I think I beg to differ because unlike I mean, some people can do two things at once. Some people are only able to talk about the BS and stuff. I wouldn't talk about that where they're taking down channels. Only the government channels like Fox, CNN can talk about it. Well, I might have my channel taken down because I'm going to talk about it today. So that was a lot of consensus that a lot of people needed more information. And there was also one of the options were I'm afraid to talk about it. A lot of people did a lot of people did vote on that. So I'm sorry, I meant to take a screenshot of my polls, but I didn't. Yes, let's all congratulate Miss Cruiser. She is now a nana to a bouncing baby boy who knows where his milk comes from. Miss Cruiser had a good live this morning, so let's congratulate Cruiser on that. Palestine has been an open prison for decades, apartheid. So, yes, so these are some of the little things I want to talk to you about this. So, and it's very disturbing to me the way that our media has been, well, some of the media has been covering this. It seems like more some of the media just really seems like propaganda to me. So I have gone out and I have looked for more information because I have been hearing about the stuff between the Palestinian and the Israelis for most of my life. So well, I guess it's been going on way longer than I have been living. But it's always a constant thing that you hear about in all these Arab Springs and all these uprisings and all this stuff. But it seems to me like this hospital thing has really made people sit up and take a look. If you guys don't know, there was a big demonstration in Congress on yesterday where Jewish Americans actually filled the halls of Congress and said, "Not in our name," which means, and they want the bombings to stop. And they said that they do not want this to continue in their name. So I was like really surprised about that because this unwavering dedication to Israel with no restrictions, no nothing to hold them back. Do whatever you want to do. This carte blanche of effect to them. It's like you would think that Israel is giving us $1 billion in aid every year, but it's the other way around. So I don't understand. Can somebody explain that to me? Because I have never understood this. We will always stand behind Israel. We will always back Israel. And when we see the things that go on over there, and it's just like you're not to question that. But I have some questions. Do you guys have questions? Okay, you guys are still congratulating Cruiser. Y'all don't want to engage with me. Okay, here's one person. Let me see what you got to say. Anyone showing average civilians injured or the humanitarian crisis, the Arabs are losing their channels. The crisis on the Arabs are losing their channels. Okay, well, okay. Yeah, well, that's what it is. So we're celebrating being Americans and having a voice and all this type of stuff, but you really don't have a voice because the media is taking up by these corporations. It's a corporate media that we have, and then they want to push whatever agenda that they want to push. It appears to me at this time. So it's like, okay, using guilt against folks to keep them silent. Yes, all these heartbreaking stories. Yes, these stories are heartbreaking, but what got us to this point? Nobody wants to talk about what got us to this point. What have pushed these people off of their land and have not allowed them re-entry, which they have under the law that the Palestinians have a re-entry clause that allows them once the ruckus is over that they're allowed to re-enter. But no, they can't re-enter because their borders have been sealed off and they have been held in this tight, compact place where their water, power, and everything can be manipulated by a government that is not their own. So, but however, somebody who has never lived in Israel can go into Israel and live in Israel, and while the people whose land it originally was cannot do that. So what's the use in having laws on the books if they are ineffective? And this has been going on since 1948. Okay, So when that land was separated, Israel got 55% of the land, and they had far fewer people than the Palestinians, and they have kept inching further and further and squeezing these people into tighter and tighter confines ever since. So that's not my opinion. These are things that are on maps. So I don't understand why it's allowed to just remain like that. They say land belongs to the Jews because the land of their ancestors, America, belonged to natives and that land was taken from them. The logic is illogical. A lot of this logic is very illogical. The link is pinned if anybody wants to hit the link. Uh, what? The country Israel was created in 1942, not an original homeland. I think it was 1948. Them on a political view, how much more assistance can we afford to give? Okay, that's another thing that I want to talk about. Thank you, Ms. Cruiser. That's another thing I want to talk about. So we have all this going on, and now we also have the Speaker of the House seat open because McCarthy wanted the speakership so badly that he made a deal with the French part of the Republican Party that one person can rule to vote him out, and that's exactly what happened to him with Matt Gaetz deciding to that he should be voted out of his speakership. So now we have no Speaker of the House, but the biggest thing that they're saying, oh, well, we need a speaker because we have the number one thing that they're saying is that we have an Israeli bill that we need to pass to give them aid. Okay, but also the government is facing another shutdown. Our government is facing another shutdown, but that's not the number one thing that they're talking about. They're talking about we need a speaker to handle business because of Israel first. You think that they be saying that we need a speaker to handle business because America is only had an extension to the shutdown that they were facing before that they couldn't get anything passed. So, but no, okay, so there's that. See, a lot of things about what's going on nowadays is really driving me crazy. Now they put the dude from Ohio, who Jim Jordan. Now they put him up for a vote. He's lost the vote twice by 20 votes. I mean, the first time by 20 votes. The second time by more votes, he's lost it. He lost it by 22 votes. So let's look at Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan was over the wrestling department in at this college, where it was overlooked that these young men were being let me do a Tracy style, actually molested by the coach. And Jim Jordan, they reported it. Jim Jordan ignored it, did nothing, and it continued. Okay, so now these boys have come out, and one boy in particularly, if I'm not mistaken, spoke about how he spoke to Jim Jordan himself, if I'm not mistaken. But these wrestlers are saying that he definitely knew and he definitely did nothing about it. So they're talking about all the good moral standings that Jim Jordan had and how he's a great man. He's had passed no bills. He's passed no bills since he's been in office, and he's just like they're also saying that he had a hand in that uprising on January 6th, but they are nominating him under this feign of, oh, he's such a great leader and he's such a okay. Jim Jordan does not know how to govern. Jim Jordan has no examples of him governing since he's been in office, but we are to expect that Jim Jordan is going to bring some governance to a deeply divided Republican and Democrat state. So there's also that. So Jim Jordan is losing by more numbers each time they vote. So the thing that one guy said yesterday while nominating Jim Jordan was, and he is the only person who's seriously looking at things like Social Security. He wants to go in and he wants to pull all the waste out of Social Security. When you look at how you look at all the increases, all the way that food has gone up, the way rents have gone up for people, the way corporations just are allowed to take people homes willy-nilly and stuff. And you tell me that the biggest waste that you can see in government is Social Security. Now, Sean Bradley, if he's still here, he may like this. Donald Trump did have one good point. He's like, they leave when they go to a war, they leave all the military equipment over there, and the general's like, no, we're just going to leave it here. Why bother? Of course, I would have the attitude too if I knew that the Pentagon budget was going to be increased every single year that they have to approve a Pentagon budget. So, why would I bring stuff over here, which is going to be like, oh, well, we don't need that because we have those from, yeah, why would I do that? So, yeah, but they can't find waste anywhere else but our seniors. So, what do you guys? Yes, I agree. I definitely agree. Hey, Paulette Waters, what do you guys have to say? Floyd ignorant Mayweather pledged to support and aid Israel, and he sent supplies in a private jet. Now, that's another thing that I want to talk about. So, President Biden is over there in Israel visiting. Now, he was supposed to meet with the heads of Libya and the other state that borders. Oh my God, I can't. I'm having a brain fart. But after that hospital was bombed, they pulled back and said that they don't even want to meet Biden because of the things that Biden was saying, I'm sure. And they was like, no. And if you look at all the Muslim nations that are having big big protests, there are people all in the streets after this hospital was bombed. There are in Iran, in Jordan, in all over the place. Okay, so Iran, Jordan, where else? Egypt, yes, Egypt and Lebanon. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, they're having huge protests all over the place, and people don't understand that the Muslim population is huge. They don't understand this. Now they have these people in an uproar. Now, okay, and we're gonna have to talk about China and Russia as well. If you guys don't know, China and Russia um, met the leaders of Vladimir Putin met with Xi. Is it Xi? And they're talking about this new world order that they want to implement. And this new world order first came into play when the Prime Minister of Australia brought up the term New World Order during the COVID situation. So let's look at some of the things that has happened with this bombing of the hospital. So this is the first thing I want to show you guys. Okay, now this is a spokesperson. Oh, wait a minute. No. That's not it. Here he's a spokesperson for Israel. Breaking news: Israeli Air Force struck a Hamas terrorist base inside a hospital in Gaza. A multiple number of terrorists are dead. So this is right after that bombing of the hospital happened. This is a spokesperson for Israeli. They say that they struck a terrorist base inside a hospital. They only tell you multiple number of terrorists are dead. But you know what happened? This post has been deleted because, see, they initially took credit for it themselves. But now the big story is, oh no, Hamas, that wasn't us. It wasn't dropped from an airplane. That wasn't us. That wasn't our bombing. At first they said it was Hamas who did it themselves. And now they're saying another jihad, a radical group in Palestine has done it. But it wasn't them. So they took credit for it and then they pulled their credit back. Okay, now right before the bombing, this is what the Prime Minister of Israel said. This is a struggle between the children of light and the children of darkness, between humanity and the law of the jungle. This is what he said before the strike. This post you see right here, this tweet has been deleted as well. See, a lot of you may not know that some people have argued that, well, it is Palestine's fault because they shouldn't have voted Hamas in. But you may not know that more than 50% of the Palestinian population are children, people under the age of 18, people who were not even born or were old enough to vote when Hamas was voted in. So because of what happened before them, they should be penalized. It is okay to do these things to people. Where's the humanitarian effort? Okay, so Biden is over there. Jordan and Egypt has canceled meeting with him because it seems like because of the stance that he's taken. And I hear this morning, early this morning, that Biden said, well, I have put forth a coalition, and we're going to get 20 trucks of aid over there to the Palestinian people. 20 whole trucks, 20 trucks of aid. 20, 20. You put you put 20 trucks in any central city, and shoot, it'll be robbed within an hour or two. What is 20 trucks of aid to people who don't even, you need 20 trucks of water alone to get to these people. He's talking about aid in totality to people who have been shut off from food, water, medical supplies, housing, all of this. And he got his chest poked out. They said they need hundreds, if not thousands, of trucks worth of aid over there. But we're being placated about these 20 trucks of aid, in my opinion, being sent over there. Now, here's something else I want to show you regarding the aid over there. Okay, so here's the screenshot. Okay. U.S. vetoes Security Council's resolution that would have called for humanitarian pause to deliver life-saving aid to millions in Gaza. In favor were 12 nations: Albania, Brazil, China, Ecuador, France, Gabon, Ghana, Japan, Malta, Mozambique, Switzerland, and the UAE. Against this was one nation, the US, who abstained, the Russia and the UK. Russia and the UK didn't vote on it, but the United States is the only nation who said no. Why bother to pause for this for humanitarian stuff to be delivered to these people in Gaza? So what you see with these 20 trucks is for you may hear about these 20 trucks all day today, but you may not hear about this. You may not hear about this because this may not be reported on. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, let me see what else I got. Let me see. Okay, I showed you that. Okay, I showed you that. Okay, let me see what else. Okay, I showed you that. Okay, so this is a representative for the Israeli Defense, the army, the Israeli Defense Forces. He claimed, okay, a journalist asked him about them now saying that Israel didn't do it, and the journalist is like, saying the spokesman claiming that Israel didn't bomb the hospital. I'd like to address the question of credibility because the Israeli Defense what is that, IDF, has a less than perfect track record with the issue of credibility. And his response was, yes, we were lying those other times, but not this time. So we are to believe just because you see them taking credit for it, but now we are to believe now that they're saying, oh no, after all of these people are rising up and after we're looking so bad, no, that wasn't our bomb that did it. So why can't we until we get definitive proof that it wasn't the IDF that did this before Biden comes out and says, well, from the looks of things, it seems this was due to the other team. Like, okay, first of all, Biden, let's not put a war into sports category. There is no teams playing on this. This is a matter of humanitarian crisis, is what I see. So for you to come out with to say, from what I see from the intelligence, and but the Israelis have this spokesman for the Israelis has said himself, yes, we were lying in those other times, but not this time. So the Israelis have even admitted as much that they have lied in other instances. This is not a Hamas spokesperson. This is not a Palestinian spokesperson. This is an Israeli spokesperson who allegedly said this. Like, so I don't understand what is going on. Okay, Netanyahu's office has tweeted this just before the Israeli airstrike on Gaza hospital that killed more than 500 Palestinians. Okay, after the news of the hospital killings came out, the tweet was quietly deleted. And that's what the tweet was: a struggle between the children of light and the children of darkness, between humanity and the law of the jungle. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Okay. Shortly after the blast, Netanyahu deleted the message from his Twitter feed, X feed, that repeated the line from the address on October 16th to the Knesset. It said, "Oh, this is a struggle between lightness and darkness, humanity and this." The message appeared to echo the tone used earlier by Israeli Defense Minister, you see his name there, who had described Palestinians as beastly people. So there's that. So, what do you guys think? That was a lot. That was a lot. And I know maybe a lot of people don't want to discuss that, but that was a lot. For 80 years, the European Jews, known as Israelis, have given the okay to whatever they want, whenever they want, wherever they want. Yes. History repeating itself, religious crusades. T. Trisha, shaking my head. Okay, Toya. Okay. The IDF is responsible for many deaths, including journalists for Al Jazeera. Yes, and they lied. They lied and said that they didn't, and all the children that have been throwing rocks over there, and they just plow them down for throwing rocks. And they lied and said they confessed. Nobody was charged with their deaths. Yeah, there was a female American Palestinian reporter that they killed recently, and they had denied it and denied it and denied it, and then they finally uh, uh, admitted that they had did it. Hey, Big Set, how you doing? Okay, let me see. But aren't we aware that during this time of where innocent people will be killed, a lot of times they hide their arsenals in schools and hospitals? This is This is why the missile sensors go to the targets. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Um, that could be why, but I don't know. That's easy to say, but I think that it may be hard to prove. Noble is Muslim. He bows to the Arabs. Well, I don't have anything for or against anybody's other religion. I think that the reason why people came to the United States was to be able to practice their religion freely. So I don't care who anyone bows to. That's just not my thing. Okay. So let me see what else you have. So nobody wants to hit the link and talk about this. The Israeli right wing government is slowly being exposed finally. And yeah, and so this has been that hospital thing has been unpalatable for a lot of people, and a lot of people have risen up behind this. And for when they once put out information that they did it and it was a success, and ignoring the fact that they had actually bombed the hospital, to say that a number of Hamas were killed. Now they don't even want to act like it was them who did it. So with this new telling of the story, is the media telling you that they had taken credit for it, but now they have deleted these tweets? So this is something that I want to know. Okay. The Muslim nations could aid their Arab brothers and sisters. All have all they have to do is cut off oil and stand as one people who believe in Allah. I definitely agree with that because they are in such a good position to actually do that. And I don't know why they haven't done that. It's easy to look at other people's problems as not being our problems. Hold on. If anyone want to hit the link, you're more than welcome. I just want to make sure that So, yeah, that's kind of like really all I had to speak on today. Um, there seems to be a lot of moving the goalposts in a lot of different areas. Oh, and this thing with China and Russia, uh, they met. They met. I think it was yesterday. Vladimir Putin and what's his name? Xi or Chi? And the China president, if that's what they call him, Chi or whatever. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't want to be flippant about his name. What's your backup channel? Okay, so is that what you saying? I'm gonna need a backup channel after the day. Is that what you're saying, girl? I don't have any opinions other than the human rights aspect of it. I don't care about their religious disagreements or anything like that. Like I say, I'm not I'm not putting all of the Jewish people as being implicit in this. These are our governments. These are people. This is our. These are our governments who do these things. These are our governments who approve these things. This is not about the Jewish people as a whole. This is about how governments move. As a way to do whatever they want to do, if it's for the will of the people or if it's not. It's just how they move. And so my whole point is, like I said, you had the Congress, the halls of Congress were filled yesterday with Jewish who wants these strikes to stop, and they want some aid to get in. This is about the humanitarian aspect. Now, this chi, yes, chi. Okay, so that's my whole situation. It is like, okay, Sally. Okay, well, if I guess I'll create a backup channel today, and it'll be Ronnie Q2. Okay, so that will be my backup channel. I will create this after this live, just in case. Um, yes, the government's not the people. Exactly, Toya. So and so many people are afraid. Uh, like, oh, my channel's gonna get struck. Oh, this is gonna happen. Oh, that is gonna happen. But I don't feel like people should be uh people should be silenced about being human to other human beings. That's just my point. And I don't think that one side of a war should be told without explaining the history of this war. Like Toya was saying, Palestine has been considered an open air prison for decades, plural decades. So, there's that. Muslims are going to come together in their version of jihad because the nation of the Ottoman Empire was very strong until the West came in. Until well, are you saying that the British were over was over the Ottoman Empire? And yeah, that's when the British came in and settled this swath of land, and also it was hardly any Jewish people there, but they still got 55% of the land, and that was in 1948. But a lot of European Jews settled there because they were so sickened by what had happened in World War II and how they were targeted and put in camps and all this type of stuff, which makes me not understand how they are treating the Palestinian people like this. That you see, that's why I don't get it. So it could just be me, but private the live, please. Oh, you think I what? Okay, so Nicole, movie about Palestinian crossing into Israel Gaza territory, about 20 minutes. Okay, okay now, Nicole, why do you think I need to private the live? Yes, please create a backup channel. Oh my God. See, and yeah, okay, so that's what I'll do. But okay, on a side note, have you seen Jubilee talks for conservatives versus transliberal? I don't. I I, I no, I haven't seen that. Yeah. So yeah. So if you guys do not see my channel anymore after today, I am not trying to say anything about, I have spoken about things that our government has done as well. Our government is trying to cut Social Security for the poor as a means of saying that this guy Jim Jordan would be a good Speaker of the House as well. And my last story is, of course, about something. I'm going to bring it back local. Yeah, please hit the like button, and you can cash app Ronnie Q, $ Ronnie Q, if you think that they are going to my channel will be adversely affected by this. Show your girl some love on my last day on YouTube, and help me. And if I do get struck down, please join my new channel, Ronnie Q #2. Okay, so please subscribe. I will have to get my watch hours up again. I may not be able to get monetized. Who knows? It's sad when you cannot say things. You cannot speak freely about both sides of a situation based upon the media trying to only want one narrative out there. There's always two sides to the story, and then somewhere in the middle lies the truth. But just this one-sidedness of we must trust them, we must allow them to do, and we trust them 100%, when their own people have said, yeah, well, we didn't tell the truth in that one, in those things, but we're telling the truth in this. So that's just all I'm saying, is like, you don't have to treat people inhumanely. Yes, what was done to them was a horrible terrorist attack. Nobody's, and I am definitely not condoning that. At the least, that I'm not condoning a terrorist attack, but also the U.S. has, the FBI is on heightened alert. The CIA is on heightened alert. You New York City cops are on all hands on deck, be in uniform to patrol the streets. See, this has created a sense of heightened alertness in our own country. In our own country, the positions that we've taken have put us on a high alert for different types of attacks, to prevent different types of attacks, should I say, to be aware of things so we don't have different types of attacks on our own soil. So it's that too. Are these positions attainable to I just don't understand. I really don't understand this. And another thing, I saw an Instagram post, and you see they show the people on TV. You've seen people crying over they're dead. They do show that. They show the Palestinians crying over their dead and stuff. But I saw a post where there was two women bent over a body, and then they had a little boy. He looked like to be between 8 and 9 years old, and he was looking down at the women crying. And then when one woman raised up, he turned away and he ran into the arms of a man, and he was like, I was crying like he couldn't look. And then as the camera went around these women's heads, you could see that it was a kid. You could see that they were mourning the kid, and it was like pools of his bodily fluids under his head, his red bodily fluids under his head. And so it made me think, and that little kid, he was just trembling, and he's like, oh, I can't look, I gotta look away. But what is this type of trauma to that kid gonna do to that kid? Is this how the people who are least powerful become so radicalized, as opposed to they saying that they're radicalized by this, radicalized by that? Could this be one of the ways that these people with little power are radicalized? It just made me think that. I don't know. I'm not making no excuse for any type of radicalized type of behavior, but you have to look at what these people are going through. So let me see. They have more Muslims in Asia, yes, they do, and Indonesia and the Middle East. Names like Bintang, Sukro, Budi, not Muhammad or Ali. Excuse me if I butchered those names. Okay, it's all about controlling the world. Yeah, so um, Russia and China has taken a position. Uh, thank you, Nisi. I appreciate that. Ronnie Q2, I would be there if so. Thank you. Russia and China has really taken, it seems like they've taken the position that they are with the Palestinians. So they are with the more, the people who are, with the Palestinians. So, of course, Russia, I don't know. There's been a big thing to say about what China and Russia would do, but they have met together, and it seems like they are backing the Palestinians on this. So, and they're also talking about this new world order. So, while we are, like bubbling around and listening to this media that that's being put out, you understand that like even these local news stations are owned by one big company, and they are all over the nation, and they are buying up these small local news station, and all of their news reporting is on one accord from what the corporate standpoint wants to put out. So you guys really need to know that when people say yeah, so that's why the messages are ringing to one accord, because as opposed to independent news media who may tell you different things, most of our media is a conglomerate and owned by certain people who want certain messages to get put out. So that's all I have to say. Toya, please join me if I have to have a new page. I think religion hurts humanity. It creates wars, racism, classism, homophobia, misogyny, and other atrocities. Just my opinion. I agree. It can. Thank you for saying that. What does Sally say? Sally telling me to get another page. They have more men. Oh yes, yes. So yeah, that's all I have, and that's all I really wanted to talk about. Every time I had said, nah, I ain't gonna talk about this because this. They don't want people to talk about it. They're trying to censor people talking about it, but I'm not. I just. But I listen. Every time I watch the news, and then every time I find other news sources that tell me some things that have gone on throughout history that I haven't heard of, I didn't know, I didn't understand. It makes me look like, what the fuck? Why are these stories not getting through? Okay, we are bringing back the Victorian day debtor prison, no security for the poor labor. Winter is coming. Black Swan, exactly. Winter is coming. I had did a report on how they're rolling back the child labor laws in let me okay, let's change this the topic. Child labor laws. There is this one story about a corporation that were hiring out 14-year-olds, 11-year-old and a 13-year-old to work what is the name of that company? Hold on one second. I'm gonna find it for you. Okay. The rolling back of child labor laws, they've done it in Wisconsin. They've done it in, I think it's Iowa, Arkansas with Sarah Huckabee Sanders, where your kids can go and work with in these corporations that they weren't able to work in before. And then they saying, oh, well, we won't have them working around dangerous things. Oh, we will protect them. They are, because children are less likely to you know kick up a fuss. That's why they're doing it. So here is this story, last story I want to share with you all. Okay, let me make sure you guys can see it. Let me remove this banner. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, here it is. The Hill. Feds slap a fine on a Kentucky warehouse accused of allowing child to operate a forklift. The 11-year-old was operating a forklift. The Department of Labor issued a fine for a Kentucky warehouse last week after investigators found it allowed a child to operate a forklift. The Labor Department, in a press release, uh, fined Win It America Incorporation $30,000, $30,276 in civil money penalties after violating child labor provisions in the Fair Labor Standards Act. The investigators found that the company employed two children, an 11-year-old and a 13-year-old, for months at its distribution center. So this is what big business is doing. A business must. I don't know why this ad there. I can't read under this ad. Okay, so I'm gonna drop the link for this story if you want to read about this. Yeah. So also about this company. Let me get to it. Okay. Also about this company. This company also owes over $1 million in overtime to over 1,000 people. So how much overtime have they been stealing from their workers? So that's why they would like a worker there who is uneducated, unable to protect themselves against these things that these corporations are doing to these people. And they're using child labor. A forklift is one of the most dangerous things in the hands of some adults, much less children. So Black Americans are not internationally aware of many things. Get a passport and travel the world. I agree, Sally. It's chicken meat plants that they have kids working in. Very dangerous and exploited. It's gross and sad. Yes, it is, Toya. And the reason that they're doing this is because, like, if the mother or father that they're hiring illegally gets hurt in the chicken plant, they will take your kid in because they don't want to pay. They don't have to pay you anything because you were already an illegal worker. But if you get caught working, they're gonna haul you in, not the people or the corporation that hired you. See, there's that little tidbit of things too. So they're actually a forklift is very dangerous. A forklift, if somebody is driving a forklift improperly, they can impale someone. They can tip over easily if you don't have the weight position in the with the spokes in the right position, at the right angle, at the right height. the whole forklift can tip over, and a heavy steel forklift tipping over on you is no joke. So that is a very dangerous job. They have these kids working chopping up meat on these automatic grinders, and automatic saws and things like that, where they can lose a limb. If it can cut a cow leg, it can cut a finger or an arm off just as easily. So it's a lot of things that are going on that we are harkening back to the days of old, and not in a very good way. But you look at it, the only thing that the government is really offering you in a way to take your mind off, and to avoid you from looking at what's really going on with you. So why do you? It's my opinion. That is why so many states have these marijuana bills on their books, and have so many propositions to put these passing these marijuana laws to help you sedate yourself, so you won't look for anything more, so they can decline you for any jobs because you have this in your system, all these types of things. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. If you disagree, you're more than welcome to talk to me about it, but it's just crazy to me. The biggest pimps are yes, girl. Yes, they won't have to worry about workers' compensation. Exactly. Exactly. So that's all I really have to share with you guys today. I hate to get on. Hey, Fifi, I hate to get on a soapbox, but it's just a lot of stuff going on in the world today. Good morning, Levon. If I'm not here tomorrow, Levon, I've been warned by my chat. But I just wanted to talk about some real human things that are going on in the world today. And I agree. You will still be getting drug tested. And a lot of people like, oh, it's legal in my state. Yeah, it's legal in your state, but your job still drug tests you. If you have an accident on your job, you're going to be fired. It doesn't matter that it's legal in your state. It doesn't matter that you have a card. If it's illegal at your in your current job position, you're going to lose your job if ever you have to take a random drug test. So anyway, I thank you guys for coming out. Thank you, T. Trisha. I appreciate you for being here. And thank you all for coming out. And like I said, if my channel is adversely affected because of this, I will let you know. But so far, I will make a backup channel, Ronnie Q, the number 2, because that's just what it is. So, that's all I have. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. God bless you. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. And that's it. All right. Bye-bye. I didn't know that, Toya. Thanks for the information.